Welcome home. Hi, my name is Albert Hernandez. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Home Again Los Angeles. Home Again LA is a local nonprofit homeless service agency helping families that are facing homelessness get back into housing.
When we first started, we were small. It was me and Albert in a 2-bedroom apartment and off of Naomi across the street from the park. That was it. So it's been a really amazing ride to see us grow and to have a hand in that.
Home Again LA's 90-day shelter has been in operation for 14 years. It's a program that in essence is really open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The program has many components to it. When a family calls Home Again LA, we do an intake over the phone. We check to see the needs of the family and if this is the right program for the family. We really treat this program as a mini boot camp.
So in addition to a roof over their heads for 90 days, clients receive intensive case management. Once we sort of sit down and address and go through the barriers and how we got here, our case managers will develop a plan with that family and sort of break it down step by step. We work with a lot of different agencies in our area that do employment services and also will pay for educational programs and things for our families.
This program is fast-paced, and so we make sure over the phone when we're providing an intake with our families that they're ready for this type of program, that they understand that this is a hand up, that this is a program that you need to walk alongside the case managers with because we're going to work together to get you back into housing.
If I could give you a little bit of background on me first, I'll let you know how I became homeless. I'm an ex-drug addict. I was a drug addict for about 25 years, and I lived with my grandparents at the time in the city of San Fernando. When my grandparents died, I became homeless.
I was having problems at home with my family, very toxic environment. I had 2 daughters. I just grew up around a lot of domestic violence, and it's just always been there. And I just didn't want my kids around that, so I had to leave.
So I ended up fleeing as a DV, domestic violence, with my 3 babies. And that's how I ended up homeless. I ended up going to hotels, one to another, hiding, until I was homeless. I had nowhere else to go.
I and my boys came here when the war started in Ukraine with Russia. We had nobody here to help us. I was here alone. The first time we stayed in with our friend, then some people helped us to stay in the hotel, in the motel.
I went to like the most dirtiest hotels, and it's the cheapest. And I had to basically get the most expensive hotel just so my kids wouldn't sleep. We had bed bugs. They were dirty. There's a lot of crime going on. There's times where I couldn't sleep. It was the worst part ever, honestly, being homeless.
At the time, my son was, I think, 18 months. So diapers were expensive, baby wipes.
I went to all the shelters in the valley and nobody would help me. Nobody.
There were some times when I had to leave my kids. I left them with my friends and I was sleeping in my car.
Going from one place to another, hiding so he wouldn't find us. Then eventually money started running out.
I did a lot of thinking. I started making little baby steps plans, and at the time I didn't have my daughter. I really wanted to get my daughter back in my life, and my mom was keeping her from me, so I knew I had to change my lifestyle in order for me to get back into her life.
Having no stability, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what kind of people I was going to come across. I didn't think the program was going to be as wonderful as it was.
Some of our friends, they knew about this organization and they helped us to meet with them. And of course, when I told my story, everybody was almost crying and everything began.
Well, the process was really easy. I mean, I felt like they were really welcoming. I felt really positive as soon as I came in. I was able to get placed. I was in an apartment for the first time. I was able to get the taste, the feel of having my own place. It really motivated me to do better.
It didn't even feel like it was a program. It felt like meeting relatives that you didn't even know existed. They were amazing. They were nice to us. They made us feel welcomed.
The next day, Chiquita from Home Again LA is the one that called me, and right away she helped me. She changed everything for me. She did the most. I mean, man, if it wasn't for her, I don't know what I would have done, seriously.
So to go from all of that fear and all of that loneliness and all of that despair to come into some place where you're showered with love, attention, support from people that you don't know, right? It's mind-blowing, and I think it takes people a while to get used to it.
Knowing all that information, we really rely on our congregations. Congregations are the heart of this 90-day shelter. If it weren't for these congregations, we wouldn't have a place for our families to live overnight.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
We realized that everything was shutting down. We lost many parishioners. We lost a lot of volunteers who would give of their time, provide meals, be overnight chaperones. And unfortunately, several of our congregation partners shut their doors down. And still today, four and a half years later, their doors are still closed. And here we are waiting for support. We need your help. We're operating this new 90-day shelter at a static site. Not only are we having to pay rent, but we've had to hire at least 6 new employees to keep the organization operating. We depended so much on our overnight volunteers, but now we have paid employees who are sleeping over with our families and chaperoning and providing the meals. So we need you now more than ever because of this new model that we're operating.
My kids are really happy. They're doing great in school. We're much better now, thankfully.
It's not just people giving you what you need. It's a family. It's a second home away from home.
Chiquita really helped me. She got me Section 8, and life's good right now. It's perfect.
I'm very grateful to Carrie and to Home Again that they changed our life, really, because if we didn't meet them, Carrie and Home Again, I was already thinking about coming back to Ukraine.
We no longer fear for being out on the street, not knowing what's coming tomorrow. Because now we have the chance to dream about a tomorrow, a better tomorrow.
Help us end homelessness one family at a time.